The year was 1929. On the humid streets of Tacloban City, on the island of Leyte in the Philippines, beneath the tropical winds, a baby girl was born. Her name was Imelda Remedios Visitacion Romualdez. The world would later call her the Iron Butterfly, but at that time, she was just an ordinary child. Yet her childhood was anything but ordinary. From her earliest years, she felt the cold breath of poverty and at the same time carried in her heart the warmth of immense dreams. Imelda was the 11th child of the Romualdez family. Her father, Vicente, was a lawyer with ambitions to enter politics. Her mother, Remedios, was a devout, quiet, self-sacrificing woman. The family name was noble. The Romualdez clan was well known in Leyte, but the surname brought them no wealth. On the contrary, the family lived in financial hardship. They often struggled to put food on the table and lived under the weight of debt. During her childhood, Imelda went to bed hungry many nights. Other children in the neighborhood mocked her worn-out clothes and called her the poor princess. For a little girl, this nickname was both painful and strangely empowering. It carried a sting of humiliation, yet the word princess always sounded magical to her ears. Perhaps this word planted the very first seeds of her lifelong hunger for grandeur. But Imelda possessed something special: beauty. Even as a child, her facial features and tall figure drew attention. People around her couldn't help but notice her striking presence. Some in the neighborhood would whisper, "One day this girl will go far." When she lost her mother at a young age, her life became even harder. The pain of growing up without a mother left a deep void in her, but she filled that void with dreams. The loss of her mother carved two powerful emotions into her soul: longing and ambition. She wanted to compensate for her grief by one day making the whole world admire her. Throughout her youth, her greatest escape was music. She had a beautiful singing voice. Whenever she sang, people around her were enchanted. In Tacloban's small churches, she began to sing hymns, and soon, her voice was being talked about by everyone. The resonance of her singing carried the mark of a soul born from poverty, but yearning to reach the heavens. As she grew older, Imelda's beauty could no longer be ignored. Her long black hair, graceful posture, and growing confidence made her stand out wherever she went. When she walked through the narrow streets of Tacloban, all eyes seemed to follow her. Those gazes were filled not only with admiration, but also envy. How could a girl who owned so little carry herself like a queen? Young Imelda longed to move to the big city. Tacloban felt too small for her dreams. In her mind, Manila shimmered. The city of lights, of stages, of opportunity. But going to Manila wasn't easy. Even the cost of travel seemed like an impossible fortune. Yet Imelda never gave up. With the help of relatives, she finally made her way to Manila. Stepping into Manila was like stepping into another world. The noise, the crowds, the modern buildings. It was unlike anything she had ever known. No longer was she the princess of a poor neighborhood. She was now a young woman chasing her destiny in the capital of an empire. In Manila, she pursued her music education and kept singing. Her beauty also began attracting more attention. And during these years, an event took place that would change her life forever: the 1953 Miss Manila beauty pageant. When Imelda entered the competition, no one expected much. But the moment she stepped onto the stage, the room fell silent. Her tall frame, graceful walk, and confident gaze lit up the hall. It was as if she had been waiting her whole life for this moment. From the poverty-stricken streets of Tacloban, she now stood in the spotlight of Manila like a star. And the result, Imelda Romualdez was crowned Miss Manila. For her, this crown was not just a title. It was the door to a new life. Overnight, she became a household name. Newspapers wrote about her, her photographs appeared in print, and the gates of Manila's high society opened wide. Imelda had finally stepped onto the threshold of the grandeur she had always dreamed of. But her true destiny was yet to come, because in these very years, she was about to meet a man who would forever change the course of her life. His name was Ferdinand Marcos. Young, ambitious, with eyes blazing with political fire. And when their paths crossed, history itself would begin to rewrite its course.